Hello to all the traders and investors. Today we have brought you an amazing video which will go ahead and help you to understand which are the top 5 mutual funds to invest in 2021. So without wasting much of a time, do hit that, smash that button of subscribe and get ready for an amazing video ahead. While investing in stock markets, it's very important that you balance the mutual fund portfolio based on your financial goal and risk appetite. For example, if your financial goal is building retirement corpus for the next 10-15 years, then you can invest into equity mutual funds. On the other side, if your goal is to go ahead and build emergency fund, then you might want to go ahead and invest into debt funds. So when you talk about equity funds, there are a lot of options available in the market, such as large cap funds, mid cap funds, small cap funds, multi cap funds, etc. You need to shortlist basis on risk appetite. Some investors take more risk and invest into mid and small cap funds, whereas some investors take low risk and want to invest into large cap funds. Mutual fund investment for long horizon and for the mutual funds recommended by us in this video is again just our top 5 picks that can be invested, SIP can be started in the year 2021. There is no one year wherein you can go ahead and make amazing returns as such into mutual funds, and that is a point that you need to consider while investing. Number 5 on the list is Axis Blue Chip Fund. This fund invests into large cap category. If you want to understand what a large cap category fund is, funds in large cap invest into top 100 market cap companies in India. So let's know a little more about Axis Blue Chip Fund. We are doing all our analysis and records on Grow app, and it's a website that we are referring to. So do go ahead and check out their website. It is really friendly and it can help you understand mutual funds a little more in depth. So Axis Blue Chip Fund, if you see, the returns have been 18.06%, and this is the chart that it looks like. If you look into 5 years, so you can see the investment of 18.18 NAV is now at 43.35, which is an amazing return. If you see the rating, it has got a 5-star rating. The fund size is 23,496 CR. If you see the returns, 48.8% in 1 year, 3 years is 18.1, 5 years is 17.7, and all is 16.8. If you see the category average, yes, this year the category average shows higher, but if you see for 3 and 4 years, the fund has overperformed. Looking into the pros, if you see lower expense ratio, it's just 0.5. 3 years returns are higher than the category average returns. 5 years returns are higher than the category average returns. The cons: asset under management AUM is more than 15,000 crore, and if you know, return tend to go low once AUM exceeds certain amount. If you check the SIP calculator, one SIP of minimum is 500 and amount per month is 5,000. If you look, if that has been invested, if you see 1 year back, you would have made 48% returns, and the amount of 60,000 investment would have turned into 72,464. If you check for 5 years, 5,000 rupees every month, The total amount that you must have gotten is 4,60,538 with a return per annum of 17.7%. So, an amazing option to have. We will not be considering the peer comparison, but if you want to go ahead and do it in detail, the app, you can go there and do it yourself. The expense ratio, as we discussed, it's very low, 0.5. Let's see the holdings. HDFC Bank, Infosys, Bajaj Finance, TCS are the top four, and Kotak are the top five holdings that the fund has. And if you see in details, there are many more that you can go ahead and refer to this website and understand in little depth. If you talk about a minimum investment amount, that's 5,000 lump sum, and SIP is of 500. That's the name of the fund manager, Shreyas Davalkar, and there's another fund manager whose name is Hitesh Das. These are a little more objectives, what the fund is all about. You can go to the website and read it in detail so that you can understand the entire concept. You can also analyze a lot of things, understand how things are working on this share. This is a very nice app that we would go ahead and recommend everybody to use. Number 4 on the list is MIRAGE Asset Focused Fund. This is one of the best performing focus funds in the category. If you know what the focus fund is, they only invest in 30 stocks, and for that reason they have to be really careful when they pick a stock. So let's see it on the charts. Okay, here we are on the charts. MIRAGE Asset Focus Fund, 82.1% returns till now. If you see further on the charts, and if you try to go ahead and push 1 year charts, or maybe just put all, the fund is a new fund, but if you see right here, it had gone down and then it has picked up. If you see 9 rupees and 97 was the NAV, and it's currently trading at about 16.18. so it is an awesome return that you see, as discussed, which is really an appreciation that you should think about. If you see the rating, it's 4. The fund size is 5,180 crore. The return comparison compared to the category, if you see 82.1% on 1 year basis, category average is 62.6. 3 years average of the fund is not available, as the fund was not in existence at that time, but if you see on the all, it's a 29.8% return that it has given since the beginning of the fund. The pros and cons: a lower expense ratio, it's just 0.35. 1 year returns are higher than the category average returns. If you look into the cons, age is less than 5 years. It's a new fund. Let's see what the SIP calculator says. Okay, if you had invested 5,000 rupees in this funds, that's a total amount of 60,000. Today the value of that would have been 80,151. So again, a good indicator to understand where and what can you achieve using this fund. Let's not talk about the peer comparisons. You can obviously go on this website and do it. The expense ratio, as mentioned, it's just 0.32. Exit load is 1% if redeemed within 1 year. The other details as mentioned. If you see the holdings, HDFC Bank, Infosys, Bajaj Finance, TCS, Kotak are the top holdings for the fund. If If you want to see all, you can go over here and check sector wise the bifurcation as well. As mentioned, minimum lump sum is 5,000, SIP is of 1,000. Gaurav Mishra is the fund manager who's been managing it since April 2019. These are the objectives as mentioned. These are the details of what the fund is, what is it that they are looking for, and some more details on your screen. Number 3 on the list is Access Growth Opportunity Fund. Again, one of the best funds in the category. It invests into large cap and mid cap, and the best results are given because the large cap provides stability, and again the mid cap gives the high return possibilities as well. So let's talk and check about this fund in detail. Here we are on the Grow app. If you see, Access Growth Opportunity Fund has given about 69.77% returns. If you see on 1 year, let's just plot it all and check what has happened. The NAV at the beginning when it started was in 2018 October 10.02, and the current NAV, if you see, is about 16.72. so it's a substantial gain, and I'm pretty sure that if you would have invested at the beginning of this fund, you must have got amazing results. The rating for some reason is a little low, 3, but again, if you see, the fund size is 2,481 crore. Let's see what are the returns compared to the category. If you see, 65.9 is what the category has delivered. The fund returns for this particular fund is 69.8. All time is 24.5. The pros: 1 year returns are higher than the category average return. The cons: age is less than 3 years. So these are the certain things that you need to consider. If you would have started an SIP of 5,000, today the value of that would be 77,362. So a good return all in all. The expense ratio is 0.52, and the exit load, as mentioned, for unit in excess of 10%, it's 1% will be charged for redemption within 12 months, and the other options as mentioned. If you see the holdings, the top 5 holdings is into HDFC Bank, Infosys, ICICI Bank, Reliance Industries, and Bharati Airtel. You can also see other holdings in companies on the website. The name of the fund manager is Jinesh Gopani. He's been managing the fund since October 2018 till present. Hitesh Das, who's been managing the fund since October 2018 till present. These are the objectives of the funds as mentioned. And if you see, these are some more details about the fund which is mentioned. You can read this out, or else you can refer to the website that we have mentioned. Number 2 on the list is MIRAGE Emerging Blue Chip Fund. This fund again invests into large and mid cap category and is one of the best funds in the category. So without wasting much of a time on this, we'll go and check what the fund is all about and what are the stats. Okay, so we have MIRAGE Asset Emerging Blue Chip Fund in front of us. If you see, 19.12% returns shows that it's very high risk equity large cap and mid cap fund. If you see the performance The fund was initiated, it started, and we're just waiting for it to just start. Okay. All right, so 2013, somewhere in January, at NAV of 14.111. Okay, and today it's at 86. So, and quite an amazing returns that you must have seen over here. It's almost by like multiplied 6 folds, which is really good. If you see 5 ratings, the fund size is 15 crore 785. If you see the returns that it has given in this one year is 80% compared to the category that is at 65.9. 3 years return is better than the category, again 19.1. 5 years return is better than the category, again 22.4. The all time result returns is 24.7. One of those best funds out there. Do go ahead and check. The rank is within one of the best funds available right now. If you see the pros, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year returns are higher than the category average returns. The cons, there are no cons for this fund, so it is a must buy, but do consult your investment advisor before going for any such investments. So if you would have set up an SIP for 1 year on this fund, you would have gotten a return of 80%. That is about 79,667 on 60,000 investment. If you see 3 years, 2,34,992, and 5 years, 5,01,000, that's 13,965 with a 22% return per annum. That is really an incredible performance. A lot of people don't make that much money in stock markets, so very good to sign. If you see the peer comparison, we will not go ahead and do this. You can do your homework by going on this website and checking it. The expense ratio is 0.7, a little worrisome, but again the exit load is 1% if redeemed in 1 year. Blah blah blah. The other aspects about the taxes. If you see the holdings, the top 5 holdings is into Bajaj Finance, Info Edge, Sundaram Finance, Tata Flexi, and PL Industries. The other investments, as mentioned, the minimum investment required is an SIP of 1,000. If you see about the fund management, Nilesh Surana is managing the funds exceptionally well since 2013 January. Ankit Jain has again been the fund manager since Jan 2019 till now. So a balanced fund management since a long time now. If you check the objectives as mentioned on your screen, this is what the fund is all about, and it is leading for some reason, and this may be the reasons. A little more information about the fund, the AUM, the latest NAV, and the other aspects as mentioned. So I'm totally excited to see which is the first number 1 fund to go ahead and invest. So let's go there and check. The number 1 fund on the list has to be Parikh, and the previous name of this fund was Parikh long-term equity fund, but due to those changes into the multi-cap category, as now the fund manager has to invest about 25% into large, mid and small caps. Now the fund's name has changed and now it is called Parikh's Flexi Fund. The best thing about this is once you name it Flexi Fund, the fund manager can actually get that freedom to go ahead and invest into small, mid and large cap as per his firm belief that this is the sector that is going to go ahead and perform, this is the sector which is not going to perform. So that may be one reason why the fund managers have preferred to moving from this fund from multi-cap to flexi cap. Let's see in detail about this funds to understand a little more. Okay, so we have it on the screen. Parag Parikh's Flexi Cap Fund. If you see 19.92% returns, that is seriously good. If you see 5 years, then we can see the NAV in 2016 was 16.18, and if you see right now the NAV is at 38.76, somewhere a little more than that, I would say. So an incredible returns that you can see, which it has given. If you see all time, you're just waiting for the charts. So from 10 in 2013, we have a story that says that it has like multiplied 4 times in the last 7 odd years, which is an incredible result to achieve. 5 ratings, if you see 40.24 is the current NAV, 7,452 crores is the fund size. If you check the returns, it has performed fairly better than the category average. If you see fund returns 81.5 on 1 year compared to 62.6 on category. 3 years 19.9 compared to 11.5. 5 years returns 19.1 compared to 14.1. So may it be corona, any pandemic, anything, the fund has sustained amazingly well and given returns like never before. If you check the pros and cons, lower expense ratio is 0.98. Okay, 1, 3, 5 years like returns are higher than the category average returns. For cons, I don't see anything which shows as a con. So if you see the SIP, if you set 1000, you can per month SIP, and the amount per month of 5000. If you would have invested that 1 year back, today the amount would have been 80,019. 3 years 2,37,509 with 19.9. And if you see 4,76,186 with 19.19% returns. So an amazing mutual fund to go ahead and add to your category. We have already checked the expense ratio, which is at 0.96, exit load of 2% if redeemed in 365 days and 1% if redeemed after 365 days, but not or before 730 days. The other information is related to stamp duty and investments. If you see the top 5 holdings, it is into HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Infosys and Bharti Airtel. So not surprised, since the banking sector is moving high, you will definitely see this mutual fund moving high. Mutual fund, if you see the minimum investment lump sum 1000 SIP, and if you see the other options, the fund management is Rajiv Thakur, who's been managing the fund exceptionally well. One positive that we have seen out of this specific video is the fund managers who have been managing it for a long time are doing exceptionally well. If you see Ronak Onkar, who's been with them since May 2013, since the inception, I would say. And again, there's another one who's Raj Mehta, who has joined in Jan 2016, and he's managing the fund. So 3 fund managers all in all. If you check about the fund details, the objectives as mentioned on your screen, and some more detail about the fund, just for an FYI, so that you people understand the overall concept of the fund. And if you are willing to go ahead and invest a little part of you for some or the other expense, or maybe some plannings that you must have done, do speak to your investment advisor before taking any kind of investment options, so that you are at least confident that you have spoken to someone really like knowledgeable from the field, and you are getting better suggestions. So do let us know in the comment box. Do subscribe to our channel so that we can get motivated and give you some amazing tips about mutual funds, stock market, investments, personal finance, or maybe anything. So let us know if you are planning to buy and like start investing into one of these funds. And if you are already invested, do let us know what is the NAV that you have invested at and what is the plan, so that we can actually be excited about reading your experiences and also sharing it with other people. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience and watching the video till the end. You have a lovely time ahead.